every piece of equipment I pulled out and how everything plugged in because it's been so long since I filmed a video. So I hope I got everything right and that you can hear me and that the mic is on, it's recording. I think we're good to go. It has been a long time since I filmed a video. To be honest, I had a weird spring. I had a weird situation and it just kind of threw me off my mojo, and it's hard to fake it when you're not feeling it to put together a video. So I decided to take a step back and just wait until I felt like doing it again. The other morning I woke up and I was getting ready, and as I was getting ready and putting on my makeup, I just thought there's so many things I'd like to talk about. So I took that as a sign that I'm ready to film again. I don't know if I'll go back to a schedule. I'm just gonna play it by ear. I'm going on vacation next weekend, which I'm really excited about. Pretty much the only social media I use for the past couple months is Instagram, especially Instagram stories, which was so fun. So if you're one of the people who watched those or commented, thank you so much. And you will see a few products from my stories appear in this video because there are some things that I've been loving for a while. So I think I'm going to split the video in half. The first half is gonna be beauty product favorites and the second half is gonna be lifestyle. I have a couple experiences, I have some clothing, I even had a beauty treatment done that I was really happy with the results, so I wanna talk about that, but let's go ahead and start with the beauty things. My number one favorite, didn't even have to think about it, is the Luna Bronze Tanning Moisturizer. This is a Gradual self-tanner and it is by far the best I've ever used. I discovered this on Instagram and I've already gone through one full tube and this is my second one. It is so good for a couple different reasons. I think if you're somebody who self-tans, this can help to extend your self-tan a couple days before you can do a full reapplication. Or if you're like me and you don't really like to bother with self-tanners, this just gives you a little bit of glow and just a little bit of natural color. I mean, no one's ever gonna call me tan. I'm just really pale and I am okay with that. But if I'm wearing a dress that exposes a little bit more skin or my limbs, this just gives me a little boost of confidence and it doesn't rub off on any clothes or any sheets. So it's fantastic. I actually use it pretty much every day, maybe at least 5 times a week, and it does build on itself a little bit, and it also smells good. It doesn't smell like self-tanner at all. It smells like mandarin, lemon myrtle, and orange blossom. And the places I have found that carry this, if you're in my area, the Georgetown Urban Outfitters carries this whole line, and online Nucia sells this, and I'm actually going to talk about one other Nucia product. If you watched my last Get Ready With Me video, I mentioned that Nucia sent me some Pura skincare products, and I really loved everything I tried, and I had a couple standout products, one of those being the Overnight Watermelon Mask. I've gotten kind of into overnight masks. I just think they're so convenient to use. So once, maybe twice a week in place of my evening moisturizer, I will put this on. It smells one of the best smelling skincare products I've used. So Pura is on the more natural side, so lots of really good natural ingredients. Neroli, aloe vera, chamomile, and it helps to very gently remove dead skin cells, and it's just nourishing. When I wake up the next morning, I just feel like my skin has been pampered. So this and also the Countess Cleansing Nectar are probably my 2 favorite Pura products. So if you haven't checked out the line, I think it's definitely worth taking a look into. I have one last body care thing and then I'll move on to cosmetics. But at the beginning of summer, I went to the And Other Stories in Georgetown. I'm actually not sure when that opened, but I went for the first time this summer with my sister Summer. And the whole store is really cool, but especially the body section. It's just, they set it up so it's really pretty with this cool sink. So I went through and I smelled all the different products and I fell in love with one scent called Topanga Waves. If you love summery, beachy scents, I think this is the best. I've gone back a few times and I now own the hand cream, the body cream, the spray, but by far my favorite is the body scrub. I think this is one of the best body scrubs I've ever used. It's just gritty enough, so it's like a good amount of exfoliation. It foams up, which is kind of weird, but I really like it and I think it's kind of a cool addition. And it's nourishing, but it doesn't leave your shower really slick. So this is absolutely fantastic. I've gone through 2. Actually just had like a tiny bit left, and the other day I was like, you should save this and talk about it in a video, but you can see how that went. It is completely gone. They do have a really cool recycling program, so I'm gonna save this little container, and when I go back, I just have to turn this in and then I get 10% off my next purchase, which is awesome. So I will be back, and there are some other really good scents, but Topanga Waves, if you love a beachy scent, I don't think you can beat this. My most worn lip color this year is from Ilia, and it's in the shade Madam Mina. I bought this early in the spring when I went to LA, and it's just it's a deep neutral with a little bit of rose to it, and it's moisturizing enough I can put it on during the day at work when my lips feel a little bit dry, and it's easy enough to wear that I don't have to worry about getting a mirror out, and I can always tell if I really like a lipstick, I end up wearing it down so it kind of has this shape. This is how my original formula of Bite Beauty's Pepper Looked and Red Apple Lipstick's Audrey. So this is like true, I can always tell a true favorite when it starts to look like this. My last two makeup favorites are actually kind of old favorites, but they're just things that I've never gotten tired of them, and I haven't found anything better than them. And the first is the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette. I remember when I bought this, I thought it was so expensive, but I have had this for years and I have just now hit pan on the bronzer side. This is my favorite contouring product. I just think it's beautiful and easy, and I love the highlighter too. It's definitely one of my top powdered highlighter. So if you have put off this, or you've been interested but you just thought maybe it was too expensive, I really have to say I think it's a good value because it has lasted so long. And then the other thing is an eyeshadow palette. This is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I have always thought that this was an almost perfect palette, and I say almost because I liked every shade except this lightest shimmery color. And it's because it's not really shimmery, it's more of a chunky glitter, and I have hooded eyes, so it's just one of those colors that I felt like went everywhere. It ended up on my cheeks, it ended up kind of transferring from my lid higher into my crease where I didn't want it. So I would use this entire palette except that shade. And then maybe a month ago, I got a PR box from Too Faced, and one of the products inside was their glitter glue. That's something I used to have years and years ago when I used to be really into loose glitter. So I didn't think much of it. I just put it on my vanity, and one day I saw it there, and I had done my eye look. So I'd put my normal NARS primer, done all my matte eyeshadows, and I put the glitter glue on my lid, and then I pressed that kind of chunky glitter from the Tartelette in Bloom palette all over. And it worked so good. It just kind of helped to lock it in, it intensified it, and it helped it not to transfer everywhere or fall down on my cheeks. So I've been doing that a lot lately, and it's a little bit, it kind of amps up the look a little bit more and makes it a tiny bit more glam, but still very wearable. So I've been loving that. And the other very slight change I've made is instead of a black or a brown eyeliner, I've been using this deep plum. This is from Urban Decay, and it's called Alkaline. And it's a really pretty kind of deep plum liner. So Alkaline is still dark enough that you're getting that intensity and it's helping your lashes look a little bit fuller, but it's just kind of fun to use something other than a black or a brown, but still wearable for every day. And I think that the 24/7 Glide On pencils, they're an oldie but a goodie, and it's a really nice formula. Mama just woke up from a nap. She is a purr baby. Purr baby. This next section is going to be kind of random, and I'm going to title it Experiences. When I was a teenager, my mom took me to get a second piercing in my ear, and we just went where you went. You went to Claire's, that's what my friends did, and I didn't know that maybe the piercing gun's not the best thing to use. That piercing never felt right. It always hurt, it never seemed to heal, and eventually I just stopped wearing an earring in it, so it closed up. You could tell that there was a piercing, but I couldn't put anything in, and that was probably a decade or more ago. And earlier this year, I just thought it would be kind of fun if I could have it back, so I went to an actual licensed body piercer, and he redid it for me, just used the same exact spot. He actually called it something. He didn't even have to use a real piercing tool. And it's been so fun. I kind of fallen back in love with earrings. Most of the ones I own are from Madewell. I'm wearing a set from Madewell, and then they have these little one-off posts. So my posts are the studs mismatched, but I think that's kind of cool. Then I asked on Instagram everybody's favorite jewelry designers, so I have a long list of people to check out. But yeah, it's just been kind of fun. Another experience that was so much fun, and I think I probably overshared on Instagram that day with way too many videos, but I went to a cat cafe, and it's called Crumbs and Whiskers. They have a location in DC and one in LA, and it is so cool. So since the Georgetown area sees so much traffic, there's so many people coming through every day, they actually partner with an animal shelter in Southern Virginia that's in a small town where these animals don't have a great chance of being adopted. So they truck all these cats up to this cute little storefront in Georgetown, and the cats just have free reign, and there's workers there to make sure that they're all safe and everybody's really happy. But you pay a little entrance fee, and that entrance fee goes, I think, to support the animal shelter and pay the workers, of course. So you go in and there's cats everywhere, and they have toys and treats so that you can interact with them. And then they don't actually make any food or drink in the cat cafe since the cats are everywhere, but they partner with a cafe down the road. So you place your order and then the ladies leave and go and get you. I had an amazing chai and little macaroons, and I went with my mom and my sister, and we just we had a ball. So if you're ever in the DC area or the LA area, maybe even check out, I don't know if it's something that they do in other parts of the country, maybe under a different name, but just, it was a really fun day. And if I ever have friends who love animals, especially cats, come visit me, that's definitely a place I would go again. My last experience is actually a beauty treatment. And this I first heard about from a blog called The Small Things blog. She's actually quite Pinterest famous. You've probably seen her hair tutorials, but I follow her on Instagram and she posts lots of stories just about her day. And she had a lash lift, which is basically like a perm for your lashes, and her results were amazing. So I started to look into it and I found a studio in my area in Fairfax that had amazing reviews. I thought about it for a couple weeks and I decided to just go ahead and do it, and oh my word, I don't know that I've ever done something like this before, but it was just an all over awesome experience. So yeah, just like a perm for your lashes, they almost put like a roller, and they protect your eye and then put a roller and then put the solution, and it just lets, maybe it was 15 minutes that they let it sit on my lashes, and they've been so curled. I haven't had to use an eyelash curler. It's been about a month, and they say it's gonna last 2 to 3 months. So I was really, really happy with the results. It just kind of makes me look a little bit more awake, and of course makes my lashes look a lot longer because the curl starts right at the base, and it's not too curly, it's just more like the name is, like a lash lift. So I've been really happy with it. If you're curious, I'm sure that prices differ in different areas of the country, but it was $100 plus tip. And if it lasts for the 3 months, I think it's worth it, and I would probably do it again. I just have a couple clothing things. The first is actually the dress I'm wearing. This is probably the dress I've worn most this summer. It's from J. Jill. My sister had it first, and I thought it looked so cute on her, so I ended up going and buying it myself, but it's made out of tencel, which I just think is the greatest fabric. It's lightweight, it flows, just kind of skims over you, and it feels really breathable. This dress does wrinkle a little bit, but I'm not too bothered by that. So I have it in this color with sleeves, and they also made a very similar dress without sleeves and in a lighter wash tencel material, and I have that one too. So they're just really good for especially hot climates. So I think I'm gonna take them both on vacation because it looks like it's gonna be very hot down south. And then my other style favorite are these sandals from Madewell. I think these are the Boardwalk ankle wrapped. If I have that name incorrect, I will link them down below, but I have them in black and brown. This is kind of their English saddle color, but I wear one of these at least 5 times a week. Like maybe there's one day on the weekend where I wear tennis shoes, but I mostly wear these, and I wear them with casual clothes. I wear them to work. They're just so nice and easy, and they seem to go with everything. And I like that the tie, you can tie them in the front, or you could also tie them in the back. Personally, I like when things tie in the front. I don't know, they just seem to stay on, and the bow seems to stay together a little bit easier, but these have been huge, huge favorites. And actually, maybe I won't show them too much because they're looking a little rough, but that is just because they're very well loved. I have 2 bags that I've been using for the past couple months, one during the week and one on the weekend. This is my weekend bag. I feel like every single fashion blogger has this, and that's where I saw it first. The fashion blogger I like to follow on Instagram, her name is Olivia. I think her handle is Livy Land, maybe. I'll put a link to it down below, but she had this bag. When she linked to it, it was an Etsy shop, and the Etsy shop had great reviews, so I went ahead and ordered it. You can choose the enclosure or the clasp that you want, and it just opens like this. Has a super cute lining. This is as far as it opens, and it's just enough space to carry your phone, card case, a couple beauty products, and a pair of sunglasses. So a great lightweight bag for the weekend. The only thing is that when I got it, it does smell a little bit weird, but I just kind of aired it out, but I think it's adorable. It's especially cute with lightweight summer dresses, so a great little weekend bag. During the week, I've been carrying this. This is the medium transport tote from Madewell. My friend Sarah has this, and she said it was such a good size, and I really liked this color. I just wanted something lighter for summer, even though I knew it was probably gonna get stained. I just decided to embrace it. It has definitely gotten stained, so I would caution you if you're interested in this color. But I love this front pocket. I've gotten so used to having this, and I also like that it has the tote style handles as well as a strap. So sometimes I wear the strap on my shoulder. Just a really great bag. Again, it has gotten a little bit dirty, but I just decided not to care at all and just really just keep wearing it and not worry about it too much. I've read some health books recently, and something they've all had in common is that they've dedicated at least a few pages to the health benefits of kombucha. And that's something I know it's good for you. Actually, one of my favorite coworkers I've ever had was really into it, and she tried to get me into it too, and I just didn't like the taste. And then a few months ago, I got really sick, one of those sicknesses where you're just down for the count for a week. And as it was coming on, I was at a client's house. Probably shouldn't have been, probably should have just gone home, but she was really nice, and she said, you know what would help you? Kombucha, can I offer you some? And so I just said yes to whatever, and it was this brand called Health-Ade. This tastes so good. I really like it. This is the pink lady apple flavor. This is actually my second favorite. I really just like their original flavor. It tastes so good, and I like that I'm getting the health benefits, so like healthy gut, which is always good. But actually look forward to drinking it. So if you haven't tried this flavor of kombucha yet, I would check it out. My last favorite is so random. It's actually Jared's favorite from the year, and it has just become mine by association. After Christmas, we had lots of Target gift cards, and he wanted to combine them all into one large purchase, and he bought a Roomba. And I thought they seemed like a good idea, but kind of gimmicky, like how much could they actually work? But we bought the base model, and it is fantastic. Jared has it running on a schedule, so it goes every day while we're at work. I shed a lot. I have a fluffy cat who sheds a lot, so just nice to come home and the main floor be vacuumed every day. And we've actually started bringing it upstairs a couple times a week so that it runs up there and does the bedroom and the little office area. So I have to say that I was kind of a disbeliever, but now I'm Team Roomba. So if you need a vote of confidence, if you've been kind of on the fence about it, I think they're pretty cool. Okay, I think that's it. I know it was a lot, but I actually narrowed it down quite a bit. So everything I mentioned was the best of the best. And like I said, we're going on vacation next weekend, so we'll be in Charleston for a week, which I'm really excited about, and I've already gotten tons of great recommendations on Instagram. But if you have any favorite places to eat, shop, or activities, Jared likes anything outdoors or history related, I would love if you'd leave that in a comment down below. But thank you so much for watching and sticking with me. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you again very soon.